Hi Moonies, well here is another Sailor Moon Crystal review. Today we'll be reviewing Act 37 of Sailor Moon Crystal. And like Act 36, it ended right where Act 36 left off, where Sailor Moon and Sailor Chibi Moon were in their Super Sailor forms, and they were about to do the double Rainbow Moon Heartache attack to destroy Pharaoh 90. And I love how when this started, they showed the pose of Sailor Moon and Sailor Chibi Moon holding their wands together. I like that pose because that is actually a cover of issue, I think 31 or 32 of the single issues for the Sailor Moon comics back in the 90s. I love that picture of them. And of course, it didn't really work. That attack did not work. And so Sailor Chibi Moon starts to lose her power. She gets kind of weak and passes out. So when she falls, Tuxedo Mask catches her. Pharaoh 90 in Sailor Moon Crystal is a lot different from the 90s version. In the 90s, he didn't really absorb the Guardian's power. But in Crystal, he did. He absorbed Sailor Chibi Moon's power, Sailor Mercury's power, Mars's power, Jupiter's power, and Sailor Venus's power. So then that caused all of them to pass out. And Sailor Neptune, Sailor Uranus, and Sailor Pluto are still using their talismans for the barrier. And Tuxedo Mask is telling Sailor Moon, you need to attack because the barrier's not going to hold up for much longer. So this act, or this episode, kind of really didn't have that much going for it, because that was basically the whole thing where they were trying to attack it. But the one big thing that did happen was Sailor Saturn awoke. And I love how when she woke up, the talismans started to glow, and the outer Guardians weren't really doing anything. They were just letting them glow. And so you have Sailor Uranus holding up her space-time sword, her space sword. Then you have Sailor Pluto or Sailor Neptune going, I wonder why it's glowing, and I'm going to hold up my mirror. And then you have Sailor Pluto hold up her garnet orb. And then once the talismans form their power together, Saturn awakens, and stuff. So Sailor Saturn has made the scene. Whereas in the 90s, when she woke up, they didn't really use the talismans to awake her. They only used the talismans in the 90s to form the Holy Grail, the Purity Chalice. So that's different. And Sailor Saturn is basically saying in Crystal that Hotaru should not have survived the fire. They go back to the fire scene and explain They explain that Hotaru should have died. But her father, being the wacko he was, being possessed by Pharaoh 90, decided to use his daughter as a host, as a vessel, and turn her into a cyborg. So that's different. And she's saying that, Sailor Saturn is saying, Hotaru and I should never have been formed as one. Hotaru should have been in eternal rest. So then she's telling everybody that she needs to throw her Silence Glaive down to kill Pharaoh 90 and to cause the Earth to be reborn. Sailor Moon, being the forgiving guardian that she is, the one who sees hope in everything, she allows the chalice to appear again, takes it, jumps from the building she's on, and goes right into Pharaoh 90. Tuxedo Mask is saying, I let you go before by yourself. I don't want to do this again. I want to help you. And Chibi Moon is screaming Mom at this point. And the cats, Luna especially, think it's going to help that they're going to pound on keyboards in the headquarters. That didn't really help. So yeah, so that was kind of like the where the act ended, where Sailor Saturn threw her Silence Glaive down, and Sailor Moon is now in Pharaoh 90. So that was kind of where Act 37 left off. I'll be back later with Act 38. Bye-bye, Moonies.